Located about 20 miles south of Albuquerque, New Mexico's largest city, is the community of Los Lunas, which has roots that date back to the 1700s. Although once described as a sleepy agricultural town, recent history has seen this village and surrounding area in the midst of a dramatic transformation, one that's placed Los Lunas among the state's fastest growing cities. The population of the village and the larger Valencia County now totals 80,000 people. This growth, however, has revealed a major infrastructure challenge that, if not resolved, could eventually cripple traffic flow countywide. The Rio Grande River is a defining feature in the landscape, dividing Los Lunas and the entire valley into east and west halves. Unfortunately, there is only one crossing point for a 17-mile stretch of this river, the bridge that is part of New Mexico Highway 6, a route traversing through the village's center as its main street. So all drivers from the surrounding area who need to cross the river must funnel through this single pinch point. That's an estimated 29,000 vehicle trips per day, increasing to over 43,000 by 2035. Although the village experiences heavy congestion on a daily basis, about 30 to 40% of this traffic simply travels through the village to other destinations throughout the county, resulting in a larger regional concern. In addition, when accidents occur on I-25, traffic is detoured onto New Mexico 6 and New Mexico 47, sending all traffic through the village of Los Lunas. The congestion is compounded by the Rail Runner commuter train that parallels the river, taking precedence over vehicular traffic as it runs its routes from Belen to Santa Fe throughout the day. Due to the magnitude of all train activity, the railroad gates block traffic on New Mexico 6 an average of 28 times daily. The end result of this situation is intense congestion that forms during peak travel times, the morning and evening commutes, and school drop-off and pickup hours. Traffic engineers agree that the level of service at the intersection of New Mexico Highway 6 and New Mexico Highway 314 will soon fail, resulting in unacceptable delays. The increased traffic is contributing to frequent crashes on New Mexico 6. In all, about 115 crashes happen per year, and the trend is only getting worse. Past studies have found about 35% of these crashes, which include T-bone and rear-end collisions, result in injury. Not only are the crashes a public safety hazard, but they compound the congestion problem even further. On average, lane-blocking crashes occur twice a week, causing traffic backups of about half a mile. The backed-up vehicles then become a blockade of sorts for drivers in the unaffected travel lane who want to make left-hand turns into adjacent businesses and side streets. This extreme situation puts a damper on economic activity along this stretch of road because drivers can't conveniently reach local businesses. Furthermore, several adjacent properties are listed on the historic register, which limits the opportunity to widen New Mexico 6 for additional capacity. The congestion impedes emergency responders' ability to quickly render aid to 911 distress calls throughout Los Lunas. The average response time to life or death situations during peak travel times has dramatically ballooned to unacceptable levels in recent years. Indeed, most residents agree that traffic is among the community's top problems. In a public outreach survey, 78% of area residents felt that traffic congestion on New Mexico 6 is a serious regional problem, and 39% of those people specified that handling the growing traffic was the #1 challenge facing Los Lunas. Local officials have made valiant attempts to address the transportation problems on their own. Working with the New Mexico Department of Transportation, they were able to come up with approximately $4 million, money that has been spent in 8 locations along New Mexico 6. However, it has become increasingly clear that the magnitude of the problem simply exceeds available local and state resources. Therefore, they are submitting a Tiger grant application from the U.S. Department of Transportation. The best solution for Los Lunas' traffic woes is to build a new east-west route that would include a new interstate highway interchange and a new Rio Grande bridge crossing. The proposed location for this new roadway, called the Morris Road Alignment, is about 1.5 miles to the south of New Mexico Highway 6 and would extend from I-25 on the west to New Mexico 47 on the east. Morris Road was designated as the preferred alignment in a corridor study conducted by the Mid-Region Council of Governments. The new corridor, once fully funded and built, is anticipated to reduce traffic on New Mexico Highway 6 by approximately 40%. It will give drivers an alternative way to reach their destinations east of the river and south of the village, thereby easing congestion in Los Lunas. The East-West Corridor project proposes to link together 3 main north-south routes in a 4-mile-long connection that would span the Rio Grande Valley and river. Phase 1 of the project, estimated to cost about $47 million, would start at Interstate 25, where a new interchange would be built, and extend an east-west arterial connecting to New Mexico 314. The route would pass a state correctional facility and continue toward the center of the valley through state and privately owned agricultural land. The land required for the new interchange was platted out by a previous developer and could be readily available for the project. It's important to note that most of the right-of-way for Phase 1 has already been identified and is in the process of being secured. An advantage of this first phase is that it would open up new land for economic development. A portion of the existing Morris Road also would be kept open for use as a frontage road for nearby residents. Upon reaching New Mexico Highway 314, the new route would intersect either at grade or by utilizing a grade-separated configuration to cross both New Mexico 314 and the Rail Runner tracks, a decision that is pending with the New Mexico Department of Transportation. This would mark the end of Phase 1. Phase 2 of the project, estimated to cost $49 million, would start from New Mexico 314 and continue east, resulting in construction of a new bridge across the Rio Grande. A large portion of the environmental work has been completed, and final environmental studies will be performed when the village releases the project for final design. This river crossing would also serve as a pedestrian pathway and as a utility corridor for future water and wastewater lines. The village has expended approximately $1 million to acquire a significant percentage of the land toward Phase 2. Project planners have collaborated with local landholders, including a dairy, who own acreage that will be incorporated into Phase 2. The new route would end at New Mexico 47. Various configurations are being considered for the intersection itself. This project, once completed, will improve safety for the traveling public by reducing congestion on New Mexico 6 and shortening response times for public responders. Both phases need to eventually be constructed to realize the full benefit of this project. It has been presented numerous times to the New Mexico State Transportation Commission, the State Legislature Transportation Infrastructure Revenue Subcommittee, and the U.S. Congress. The project has garnered both legislative and congressional letters of support for project funding, as well as regional support from the county and surrounding communities. For more information, please visit our website. Los Lunas is known as a small community with big possibilities. The I-25 Interchange and East-West Corridor project is one such possibility that, when finished, will propel not only the village of Los Lunas, but also Valencia County forward for decades to come.